Stellan, greetings, my superhuman family. We wish to present a win-win, diplomatic situation for all. Human rights protections under international law. Now, many people may defensively think or subconsciously react in a skeptical way, until they take the few precious minutes to read the 30 articles of the sacred Human Rights Covenant, UDHR Charter, of Fundamental Equality, to achieve a common understanding of their international human birthright to life and liberties. However, when informed of the dual accounting system in global commerce today, every deposit is added to the ledger, accounting books, with both a sovereign tax-exempt credit side and a debtor-citizen taxpayer side to repay the unlawful astronomical national debt that can never be repaid. For example, beginning with the registration or deposit of your certificate of live birth in exchange for a commercial birth certificate identifying a voluntary debtor-citizen tax-paying subject in global commerce. Both a sovereign private individual and a public tax-paying persona was created simultaneously. The public tax-paying debtor-citizen status is a human rights violation against Article 3 of the Sacred Human Rights Covenant, UDHR Charter, since it denies the international human birthright to life, liberty and the diplomatic security of the human personality status in political negligence. This social engineering of every individual, with the birth certificate contract, have created a diplomatic loophole in which we the people can exploit if we collectively act, by orchestrating a peaceful non-violent human rights to life decolonization protest in civil disobedience to eradicate neocolonialism, global financial colonization, and politically overcome the global Jesuit debt trap. Your sovereign word is a sovereign bond of credit in global commerce, until the formation of the birth certificate contract, where it became nullified after signing the registration of your certificate of live birth, life force, which is an unconscionable agreement and an unlawful act. Once you become aware of the legal theft of your international human birthright to life under Article 3, along with Article 4 prohibiting all forms of slavery, including financially, then you will spiritually, intellectually, inherit the moral duty and political responsibility of exercising Article 8, right to an effective diplomatic remedy, as a sovereign private individual with the international human birthright to contract in our modern world of social democracy, political choices. For it is dysfunctional to surrender your personal documents, intangible property, to a bankrupt government service corporation to participate in the modern world of social democracy, political choices, then expect to be protected by Jesuit top politicians who are paid debt money, fool's gold, to maintain the geopolitical status quo of mental slavery. Biblical truth must unfold, since a man of international lawlessness exists who deceived the whole world with the satanic indoctrination of Roman Catholicism, spreading of the Jesuit Antichrist doctrine with Greek Jesus over Hebrew Yeshua, which is still being used to maintain the geopolitical Jesuit status quo under neocolonialism, global financial colonization. So global financial debt slavery is not just a biblical sign of the times but is real manifestation and a gross human rights violation, as all sovereign governments are voluntarily using the Federal Reserve floating currency system to victimize their populations and cripple their economies into political submission under the lawless one at the Vatican. However, the imperial throne of David in Ethiopia is still vacant, awaiting a male heir, Solomonic monarch, to arise from amongst peoples of African descent. The Mount of Olives, Debre Zeit, has been split in two, one in Jamaica and the other in Ethiopia, as autonomous jurisdictions. There's polluted Jesuit bread upon every Ethiopian altar, as people pay debt money to be lied to with religious indoctrination by their certified pastors under global financial exploitation. An Ethiopian Orthodox human rights prophet has risen from the civilly dead, debtor-citizen taxpayer status. Lowly, rejected and despised for condemning the modern world of global commerce under the geopolitical Jesuit system of usury, exploitation, and capitalism. For just as Ethiopian Noah condemned the world to become an heir to the righteousness, which is by faith, expectation of a prophet to arise, in biblical scripture, so has the Ethiopian Orthodox human rights prophet risen to condemn the modern world under the geopolitical Jesuit system of neocolonialism today. To become the lawful Solomonic heir apparent, ecclesiastical private diplomat, of the Sacred Human Rights Covenant, UDHR, of fundamental equality, so that we the people of African descent can protect the international human birthright to life, liberty, and an aboriginal Alkebulan identity with cultural and political autonomy. Seriously, what would you do if you discovered that you were robbed of your international human birthright to life and liberty as a baby? Would you allow this to continue with the next generation of babies? Or seek to collectively destroy the geopolitical Jesuit status quo by standing up in human rights solidarity, as a sovereign private individual, human rights defender, exercising humanitarian diplomacy? International political sacrifice is the measure of UN credibility, since it is by the operation of UDHR law why we must all become compelled to exercise remedy. Together, we can end Jesuitism now without delay. Human rights teamwork will make the dream work in collective security, all for one creator and one creator for all. Selah.
Give thanks for watching, and if you need more information or wish to participate with a human rights contribution, then please feel free to contact us at kingdomofdebrecit2020@gmail.com in human rights solidarity. Blessings.